Hello everybody, Rudy Foodie here, and I'm coming at you with another beginner tips video for Azur Lane. Now, if you're new here, I would welcome you to hit the subscribe button, as I am consistently doing Azur Lane videos, among other things. But yes, so let's get on with the video. This is 6 quick tips for beginners Azur Lane. First tip I want to go over is to only open purple boxes. Now, if you're playing through the game, you probably have collected quite a few of these boxes, and you can see they come in different colors from gray, blue to purple. So when and I don't have any. Oh, there was a purple. Yeah, so only open the purple boxes because you can craft the gray boxes into blue boxes, and then you could craft the blue boxes into purple boxes. And the reason why you'd want to do this is because the purple boxes give you the best chance at decent gear. Highest rarity being purple, lowest rarity you can get is blue. At the beginning, the gear is the biggest threshold, bottleneck, hurdle, whatever, to get over in terms of progression. So giving yourself the best chance to get decent gear is the way to go. Also, open the gold boxes pretty much as soon as you get them. You know, no point in just hoarding them. Yeah, bonus tip there. Okay, so next tip I want to go over is, at minimum, you should be doing every day is to pull one ship and do your hard mode levels every day. So every day you have a mission to pull one ship, and when there was not an event like there is now, I would highly suggest pulling once from the light construction pool, because completing or collecting the rewards for this mission is a cube. So you spend a cube, you gain a cube, you pretty much stay neutral in terms of cube count. And then doing the hard mode missions is the next thing I would suggest you do. You want to do all 3 of them. That's because you get your ore thingamajigs. you get your resources from doing the hard mode specifically, and then you will then get the 2 other daily missions. I think one is do your hard mode quest, and then the other one is win 3 battles. I believe that's the other quest, and then you will get 3 additional cubes a day. So I would say at minimum do those 2 things. And if you if you literally have no other time to really sit down and play the game in a day, just at minimum try to do that. Okay, that's going to be it for the second tip. The next tip is to keep every ship until you have fully developed them. So I started this new account, and I'm keeping every single copy of a ship until I develop them. Now, because of that, the the dock capacity is getting pretty snug here. I will soon really need to start locking in and developing these ships soon. But the main reason why I suggest this is because of this thing called fleet tech. Now, I will make a separate video explaining fleet tech in the future, but for now, just know that the fleet tech is something you do want to develop, and you develop it by developing individual ship growths. So what I mean by developing is limit breaking them specifically, and for some ships you do want to cognitive awaken them. And if you are unsure of what that is, cognitive awakening is leveling up past 100. So yeah, keep every single ship, and the reason why is because it could be kind of hard to track down after you played for a while of which ship you have and haven't developed, and then you got to think, okay, have I come across this ship yet? I don't know. How do I come across it? I don't know. There's a lot of different logistics you'd have to go through, when you could have just developed it from the beginning, like I did not do with my first account, my main account. Because of that, I now probably have some fleet tech points that I haven't earned, even though I could have. At this point, I would like to ask you to subscribe if you haven't already and to like the video, as that helps out a ton and it would be very much appreciated. Anyways, let's keep the ball rolling. Next tip is to fill up your fleets. As you play, you unlock more ship girls. You may be worried about like oil cost efficiency or whatever. Don't worry about that. Just fill up your fleets entirely is my advice, because you get 40,000 oil every single week for free. All you got to do is just go to the shop, go to packs, and it should be in this very first slot here. It shows up, I think, every Monday of the week. And yeah, just collect that and you get 4,000 oil. And because the ships you have in the beginning are so low cost to begin with for oil, then 4,000 should be the like least of your worries. The oil should be like the least of your worries. With that in mind, though, if you want to keep your oil costs down, don't limit break as soon as you can. Kind of limit break when you approach the level limit. And in speaking of limit breaking, how do you limit break? Some people don't know how to limit break, so we're going to talk about that. So we got Formidable here, and C is at level 10, which is the first threshold where you're able to limit break a ship. And you click here, and then boom, you get a Boolean. Booleans, these ships are only used to limit break ships. You do not want to use them in actual combat. So that is a really quick tip there. Only use Booleans to limit break. And there you go. Now, cognitive chips. This is my next tip. The cognitive chips you get from the shop and from other missions, or sometimes you get it in the mail from some event that's going on. Cognitive chips are something you definitely want to pick up, even though you won't be using it until you approach the mid to late game. So cognitive chips, they are needed to, like it says, reach level 100 or higher to increase the level cap. So there are different thresholds. When it comes to less than 100, the thresholds for leveling is 70, 80, and 90. And then to get past 100, you need cognitive chips. Although you may be like, I am not using this anytime soon, why would I even bother? You're going to need a lot. There's going to be a point where leveling up ships is becoming like a non-issue. Like you could probably level up a ship to past 100 relatively easily. And then the hard thing then becomes, do I have enough cognitive chips? So I can't stress this enough. Get your cog chips even early in the game. Get them from the core data shop every month. I forget where else they show up. I know that for sure they also show up for every event. So like, as you can see here, I practice what I preach. I have picked them up here in the event shop. So yeah, that is very important. Pick up those. You're going to need them. My last tip, which is a bit of a bonus tip. I've already gone over 6 tips, so this is sort of an extra, is to take your time. This is a game that is meant to be played in the long run. Although you can grind through and make it through all the way to the end. Well, it'll probably take you a while to get to like chapter 15, the end of that. That's pretty difficult. And you do really need some really strong ships to kill that sort of stage. It's not impossible, but it's pretty difficult. But anyways, yeah, so it's a game that's meant to be played in the long run. And yeah, just log in every day if you can. Just do the minimum tasks that I described earlier in the video, and you will eventually build up a good amount of resources before you even know it. Heck, I've been playing since 2020, and there's been periods of like maybe months where like that's what I did, is I just did the bare minimum. I just pulled one, did my 3 hard mode levels, and that was it. Like I didn't do anything else. And in my main account, I have quite a few resources. It's not the most impressive account ever, but hey, you can still make progress just by doing the the minimum. And just the fact that this game is always here and I can revisit it is a comfort for me. So yeah, that's my advice. Take your time. This is a game meant to be played in the long haul. So I want to thank you once again very much for watching my video. Once again, subscribe if you're new here, like the video if you've enjoyed it. If you are a veteran player, leave some tips down below that you think would be helpful. This game has a lot of different details. It's hard to cover that in a video. So yeah, leave that in the comments below. I have a podcast linked in the description. Also a Discord linked in the description. Thank you very much once again for watching, and take care.